Are we alive? Are we here? Am I muted? Can you hear me? Oh, everybody. It's so good to see you this Friday. Is it really Friday? Is it really a holiday weekend? That's reason enough right there to dance without the music being on. So excited. You know, you guys look great tonight. You look great. Good to see you. Eric the cat is here. Allison, Prairie Girl Rocks, is in the house, brandishing that wrench. Good to see you. Woohoo, says Ryan. Woohoo to you. And Wisconsin, Rock Stalker. Yeah, yeah, we got the thing, this thing. To you too. Love it. Good to see you guys. Terrace Treasure is here. And can't we do this simultaneously? Let's all play with rocks together. We're stronger together. It's like a gestalt. It's a basalt gestalt. I just said that for the first time ever. Wow. Awesome. We are off to a great start tonight. Got a super duper hot show tonight for you. So much gem gazing. So much for your eyes to see. We have a killer lineup. Jenny Stone, welcome to you. I'm catching up. Brian is in the house. Greetings and salutations, Brian. Good to see you. Are you guys home yet, or are you still out on the road? I would love to hear. I hope everything is doing well for you, either way, either which way, and loose. We have Rick the Rock is here and ringing the bell. Cheers and Steinkerns to you. And Soul Charlotte Adventurous is here as well. Cheers to you as well. We got a big bunch of things to do some Steinkern into for sure. And oh my gosh, Soul is divulging that today is Brian's birthday. We need to figure out a way to embarrass him. Okay. Well, first of all, let us all ring our bells round this world for Brian. Here we go. Brian broke the bell. Wow, I'm glad I didn't take a tooth out with that. And meanwhile, let's go ahead and cheers to Brian, to you and your health. Merry birthday to you, Brian. I'm sure I just need to tether that bell back up. It done broke its cord. Crazy, man. Jeff, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And let's see. We've got the lava e bison in the house as well, it looks like. And this is great. Okay, so what do we have going on tonight? We have facets, fabulous facets. We're going to share some of the glimmer sparkle that we've been cooking up here in the Ozone Studios with you tonight. We also have a mystery bag that we did receive in the mail, and it's right behind me. That unassuming, it looks like, put $3 million in the paper bag and leave it at the back porch kind of thing. So we've got that actually came in a mailer, and we're going to find out what fabulous goodies are inside that unassuming brown paper bag. And best of all, we are going to be making you guys the star of this evening's show, and we're going to gem gaze hard on your May Cabochon contest submissions. Woo, they are smoking hot. I can't wait to show off these bad boys. And so we over there on the Discord, which you're invited to, if you're lurking and you are wondering, what is it that I should be doing all week long in between these rockin' weekends that we have these fabulous lives with this great rock community? When do I get to hang out with them all the rest of the time? Why, it's over there on the Discord, and you are invited. If you're watching, we want you over there, and we have some fun challenges and contests that we do over there, one of which is the May Cabochon contest that we're going to be seeing the submissions of this evening. And fossils was our cab contest subject that was given to us by Ryan, who was the winner of last month's contest. And so, yeah, that's right. That's right. We're going to see some fossils cabochoned. Let your mind just go with that one. Just go ahead and run through the force of wonder at that. And we'll catch an eyeful of that here in a moment. But first, we have, let's see, Mr. Turtle Montana has entered the building, and or the chat at the very least. And we also have Margaret here. Good to see you. We've been having some fun over on the Discord for sure, revealing where to go find the good geology nerdage and all that kind of stuff. Did I say hi to Jeff? I feel like I did, but I want to say hi some more just in case I didn't. A lot of times you think it and you don't do it. And so I'm just going to double down on anything that that I might have missed. And oh, we are divulging ages and whatnot, since birthdays kind of have a way of doing that. So happy birthday to the pack mule. And thank you so much, Margaret, for that tap and like on the tap that like button. Whew, I'm ahead of myself. Slow down. We're all ready to Friday, Karen. You can slow down now. All of y'all can slow down. We were rushing through the week. This week went by so fast. It was blindingly fast. But now put your feet up. Take a deep breath. Grab a rock to caress. Before you do that, hit the like button, share the live with your friends. If you want to expand other people's minds with this rock craziness, we'd love to share it. Do the things. And if you're lurking out there and you haven't subscribed yet, considering doing so if you'd like to see more rock craziness. And it's a great way to support what we have going on here. It's for free. So I appreciate all of those gestures, y'all. Thank you so much. And Ryan doing some solid here, as far as making sure we have mod duties taken care of. 526 is the deadline. So if you would like to make a fossil cab of your own and present it in the cab contest, you could win. And the deadline is 11:59 on 526, and I believe that is our holiday Monday. So there, he's thrown down the gauntlet, and we would love for you to join us over there on the Discord in the cab contest arena. It's so much good eyefuls of gorgeousness. And plus there's a show and tell for like gobs of eyeful of gorgeousness. And then there's, of course, the fossils, the micro area. Right, the micro zone is everybody's zone. And then we've got faceting, we've got wrapping, we've got jewelry, we've got all the things. And so yeah, come over there and join us for sure. I did want to mention a few of the great videos that happened this week. So make sure, if you're just slowing down from this crazy week's activities, that you know you've got some really great video backtracking. If you didn't get a chance to see, Kyle just dropped a fossil video from the uh, Kemmerer fossil beds. Um, so the Green River Formation out there, and I believe it's like an alligator prep that he got down and got the interview on. I still need to go and check it out, but I did see the thumb and I was so excited about it. Same too with Nomad Kai. He dropped a cab challenge of his own that was leopard skin agate, jade agate, and that was really cool. I caught the end of that, and I need to go back and watch the whole thing. But at the very least, you get a chance to see what marvelous cabs were done, and we've got new people that I didn't know about so much, in that video. So you get some new channels to go watch, and then we had Rufotris Rooted Rockhound was one of the contestants in that, and so it's cool to see some familiar faces as well. And then AZRE, we all know those guys roaming about, being a birthday person here in the chat. And those guys dropped their Opal video, like part one, I'm sure, of a series that was over there at the Opal Mines that they've been treating us to all of last week. The fine people over at Spencer, we love those guys. Can't wait to go check that out. And so, if you've got some links that you would like to drop to your own videos that have already gone by, we'll go check them out. And then also, anything that's going on this weekend. This is a holiday weekend. We are either going out and rock hounding. Are you going out and rock hounding? I would love for you guys to tell me what you're up to this weekend. I hope that you've got some wonderful things planned. But if you don't have stuff planned and you're going to not be part of all of that holiday traffic going on out there, and you might be getting some studios hours in or something, then we would love to see what's going on this weekend for video consumption. So I would love to know that. And okay, as a croc cab, a croc slab, a slab of croc. How many different places do you get to say that? And we have Cheetah Agate. I meant not saying hi to someone named Cheetah. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Or Cheetah Jasper. You see, we're having that same, like, I had a tug of war inside my brain. Which one is it? I can't remember. No. That is so awesome that the birthday bellin was so vigorous that the bell came off of its cord, and that's all. I can reach down over there and I can rell it. I can ring it. Ring the bell. It's relling, right? So it's still totally operable. It's okay. No reason for sadness there. And school's out for the summer and playing with the neighbor kid. Awesome. And Bob seems to be here. We've got crockery going on. We certainly do. And it seems like I did miss something else, I thought. Oh, and look at this. We've got plans. We've got plans. Still deciding between Beach, Mount Hood, or Columbia River Gorge. Gorge. We didn't know that was a two-syllable word, did we? And all the above sounds really good. Whew, that's a tough call, actually. Considering it myself, like which way I would go with that. Probably the gorge to get some wind. But yeah, hey, maybe we'll see each other. That would be great. Needs a bell mount for her head. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the finery of like a bell crown that, like, all I have to do is like once my whole shoulder, collarbone situation gets better, then you're on, man. That sounds like a challenge. I need that. That would be awesome. Croquembouche. Oh, what's that? What is this croquembouche? I need to know. What is it saying? But you have to say it in an outrageous accent. Nice. I can't hear you. My ears are ringing. Yeah. Spoiled for choices. I agree. Ah, you gotta love this place. I mean, this state has everything. You can go and visit whatever you please. Up on Mount Hood, you could be on a glacier, so you could go check out some nice chilly snow, or you could go to the beach. And it was 60 something today here on the beach as I look out on it, and it's sunny, and there's lots of sand, and it's a blue sky. And then up in the gorge, depending on where you go, you're probably going to get some nice heat. So if you want to tick up that temperature gauge a bit, then the gorge. So three totally different, wonderful selections there for sure. Okay. Moving on. If you had bobbleheads for merch, I would buy one. Wouldn't that be the coolest thing ever to have like the Rock Gang bobblehead bubblehead too. Merch selection. I would get everybody too. I could just see like Theo and Kyle, Brian and Julie. Ma. You guys, that would be so much fun. Jeff would have his on like the dashboard of his rig, just bobbleheading along. Yeah, that would be awesome. All right. Uh we have tempted to make the 5.5-hour drive to the shores of the mighty Lake Superior. If I go mute, you guys have to tell me. I'll keep an eye on the chat. I heard a crinkle in my ear when I was moving too much. I probably should sit still and not be so much of a bobblehead. And I'm working on getting another microphone, you guys. Just not ordered yet. I want to get something that might take a beating and keep on micing. That didn't work. All right. I didn't see something. Let's see. She needs to mount the bell above with a pole hanging so she just reaches and ring it. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, on a one of those things. I could get Steve to do the rigging like a boat. And yes, just have the Oh, that would be really cool if it was really heavy. Gong. Like a really big bell. All right. I hope that you make the long drive and have a wonderful Lake Superior visit, Mr. Turtle, Montana. That sounds like a whole bunch of fun. Um, Eric the cat. The bell could connect to an elaborate Rube Goldberg type incredible machine thing. Yes, that would be awesome. With like gears and cranks and things. Oh, yeah. I love my easel. I have a really big easel downstairs for I used to like to paint paintings, like on canvases and panels really big, like 5 feet by something, big, big, big canvases. And it had a winch, like a ratchet, like to bring the floor of the easel lower and higher so that I could get to different parts of the big, 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 big canvases. I love that thing. Just to play with. Yeah. Love all the moving parts of things. All right. So yeah, right. Tara, drone footage of kite server shenanigans. And that's when you're leaning towards. What's kind of funny about like drone footage of the wind sports is that there's wind involved. And so you got to have a really good drone. But if you ever want to come down and take drone footage of us down south, that would be super fun if you wanted to. If you've got a drone that'll do that, that would be super fun. I missed it again. I missed something. Dun, dun, dun. What did I miss? You'd better let me know. You can just keep on putting it in the chat until I figure it out. And Brian is hitting the hay. It looks like, or somebody's saying good night. Yeah, be safe, have fun, have a great holiday weekend. Thank you so much for swinging in. Really appreciate you being here. Just need a gong. I know, right? I want a gong. I do want a gong. I think that that would be great. Quasimodo. Does your face ring a bell? That's great. And the Gong Show. I love that you know about the Gong Show. I've referred to the Gong Show a few times and it just like crickets. Yes, I love it. And then we could have the bell powered by my new pedal powered stone wheel. That would be cool too. Yeah, I just need like a little, 007 little pedal down here underneath the desk that like ring. That would be great. Did I say hi to Dad's Rocks? I hope I did, Phil. I saw you. It's that thing. It's that thing where you think it and you're not sure if you really actually did it or not. Um, yeah, Amber, you do murals too. Love big paintings. Yay! I love painting big, 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 big things. And then your whole visual field is absorbed by it. I like it when you can get into the painting. That's a fun thing. Bob has a great idea. I bet Bob has so many good ideas. Yes, it might be the gong that we're thinking about. And looks like more ponderings from Turtle, Montana. It sounds like that thing with the superior is getting closer to a reality. And you remember silent movies. I bet you're aging so well then. Let's all just live forever. And Rick was in silent movies. I was in one last week, you guys. That's great. All right. Let's get this show rolling. We've got our first guest of the evening is going to help out with a ton of fun here, checking out some rocks. Let's bring her to the stage. We've got the Ma. How is Ma doing tonight?
I am good. I just finished an adult beverage, so I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I need to catch up with you. That sounds lovely.
Drink up,
Cheers,
Karen.
Stein. Yep. All right. I'm working
Indeed.
on it. Here we
Cheers.
go. Cheers. Cheers. Are you drinking?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I
Now
I,
it is
I
go ahead.
mimed it. Sorry, I just ran out, so I pretended. Sorry.
You're doing the mime. Okay. Um so
Uh,
your duty is if I go mute, so just say hi and just talk like blither away at the audience until I
oh,
can get
okay.
my mic back together.
Nonsense. Utter
Yeah,
nonsense. Go
exactly,
ahead.
just like me. Like, just do like the Karen rendition and just kinda babble along for, however
Sounds
long it
perfect.
takes. Awesome.
I got your
Okay,
back.
sweet. So what have you been up to other than, working on making sure that your beverage was empty?
You know, rocks, making things shiny. I've been working on a project for about a week that is really testing my abilities, and I took a break from that today to make the a cab for the fossil contest. So that was nice.
Yes. In fact, I had the slideshow was already complete, and then yours came up. I was like,
Oopsie, sorry.
Because I love you, I added you
Aw,
in. That's
well,
okay.
thank you. I would have understood. I would have completely understood if it didn't make it in there. Like I didn't even tell you or warn you or anything, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I caught a knifeful. We're all gonna catch a knifeful here in a moment. Don't worry. Your pretty little heads out there. And then also Wisconsin is talking about your tiny tiny stones. You've
Oh
been working on
yeah.
tiny tiny stones.
Those are part of the other bigger project that I'm working on. And yeah, I had tried to make round stones and I had called them like round enough until I tried to set them and it
Uh-huh.
was just terrible. So I had to redo it. And I got lucky because I got a lot of help from the awesome people on Discord. Uh, but I ended up using a hole saw. And I think starting with something round and keeping it round is a lot easier than making something round and then keeping it round. So
Sounds
yeah,
good. Yeah,
yeah,
awesome. We gotta love the resources that we've got out there in the internet are
yeah.
awesome. And so, in real time, it's cool to have resources like the Discord where you can just hit people up and
Oh
you get a
yeah,
profusion of ideas and tell you, maybe the amalgam of them works, or you hit the one that does work, but it is really fantastic.
agreed. Wonderful
Yeah.
people.
Good to see you, Jim Fry. Thank you for coming. If Ma is in the house, something is bound to get cut.
He is not wrong.
Right. I think I even felt apologetic vernacular in your description of your cab
Oh yeah, yeah. I
for cutting
I
it.
was like I'm prepared. Like I was like sitting there, like I'd written out like this paragraph of excuses for why I cut that ammonite. Like I was like, it only cost $8. Calm down.
There's a paragraph of excuses. That's great.
But I just went with I've got a bunch of them. Like they're everywhere. And like yes, I cut a beautiful thing, but it was just sitting there, and now it can be jewelry. So there's that, right?
Oh, it's
Right?
warranted. You see, but you're
Okay,
you're
thank
preaching to
you.
the choir.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
nothing's safe.
almost didn't I almost didn't want to put up the picture of my quote unquote rough because yeah, I knew there was going to be some upset people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay, everybody. When you see what happened with it, you got to be okay with it. And we will see that thing. Actually, if we let's see. We are going to see the winner of the last cab contest actually put up their cab first, and we're going to do the entries in a chronological order because it just
Mhm.
works. And so I'm preparing the slide. Let's go ahead and add that to the stage. And so whoa, see, I,
Whoa.
I I get it all prepared, and then for some reason it goes like activate when,
Yeah.
yeah, I put it up here. But if I got it right, you guys would know that something was wrong. So it's
See,
all
that's
good.
what I'm saying. It's more fun this way. You never
Yeah,
know what to expect.
you're just never
It's
gonna know. Yeah, it's just gonna
no, I love
be
it.
somewhat off the rails. We got called out a little earlier on the Discord. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
gonna be off the rails. Yeah, it
Oh yeah.
it does happen
Yeah.
that way. All right. And so
Nothing wrong with that.
we've got Ryan's cab here. He just came out with a bang with this lovely Turritella agate. And
Indeed.
what are your thoughts about this one, Ma?
You can't get mad at Smelly Shelly. Like it's just so beautiful. I
You
love it.
can't.
I love no, and I don't know. I mean, there's just so many cool things to look at. I
Yeah.
love it. It's a good shape. It's beautiful. Stone. Well done. I love it.
Yes. Yes. I do like the way that he framed this guy. And so I think that when you have an amalgam stone, something with a lot going on,
Hmm.
your job as the cabber now becomes that of an artist where you start choosing composition. Sometimes you don't have a choice,
Yes.
and then other times you can make a what might be an otherwise really common thing look absolutely amazing. If you think about some of the most attractive cabochons that you've seen, some of them are very common materials. It's just the way they cabbed it.
Yes. That's so it. Because yeah, you can have five different people do a completely different thing with the same, or close to the same exact composition of something. So yeah, it's beautiful. I love how he didn't. I like that there's just a lot of different beautiful little spots in there that you can focus on. And but at the same time, it isn't bit too busy. It's perfect.
Oh yeah. And so here's our piece of rough. Now, Ma, would you mind going through the cab contest parameters just so that folks that might be lurking and unfamiliar with our cab contest can know? Like we showed the actual cabochon, we just showed the
Yes.
profile of the cabochon. We threw in the rough here. Go ahead and tell them about that.
Oh yeah. Well, for the contest itself, you just have to make a cabochon in the traditional sense of having a flat back, a girdle, and a dome of whatever height or variation. And then when you're submitting it, you need to put in a picture of the cab, a picture of the girdle or the side of it where you can see that it's domed, a picture of the rough, and then if you'd like to, a little video. Did I miss anything?
That sounds great.
Okay.
Flat back, dome top. If I heard you correctly, make sure to include the profile and then the rough picture. And then, like you were
Hmm.
just saying, it's also nice to have the move-in picture.
A video. Yeah. Yeah. See, I mean, you could just appreciate it so much more that way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think
And so what I think is really neat about the way that he composed this particular cabochon is that there is a really, really nice spiral towards the upper right-hand side there. And then down is like a number 9 kind of spiral. And both of those have some interesting places to dive in. You've got like a
yeah.
couple of cool like so
Little
it's
tiny
settled.
Evies.
Yeah, we've got up to the upper left-hand corner, so you almost have a triangle of an interesting design of like there's uh, kind of an 8 and then 2 little spiral shells that make a little group there, and then you've got,
Right.
like, the 6 and the 9, and
Right.
those are a really, really nice center kind of, keeps your eye moving around the cabochon, great little composition
Yeah.
there, and then towards the
Yeah. Yeah.
bottom, I love that the 9 is framed by, like, a V of more
Yeah.
fossils. But
Yeah.
then
It's great. But
yeah, there's
then,
like but then there's the darkness in between the fossils, like,
yes.
it's not so riddled with fossils that you don't have, like, these little resting places where, like, "Oh, wait, there's, like, teeny weeny other little itty bitty things in between those things." And so,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I just the more I looked at this particular cab, the more interesting it became, and that's good art when, from afar, it's a really cool thing, and then the
Yeah.
closer and closer and closer you get, the more you're rewarded, and so,
Agreed. Very well put.
you did that, man. So,
You did that, Ryan.
you
Beautiful
did
cab.
that. So, I like, I don't not love this, um and let's see. There we go. We're gonna go back to this, and there is our next contestant.
Oh
And
yeah. Look at that bad boy.
so this is Caleb from Freeform Lapidary, the person that we hold responsible for all the shenanigans for the cap contests. So we thank Caleb.
Definitely.
Caleb could not join us this evening. Gonna run around the planet and hopefully do some super cool things and maybe pick up a few rocks on the way.
Who
And
knows?
so tell us about this
Have
cool
fun if you're
cat.
listening.
Uh-huh.
I know that. Look at that thing. Okay, there's a bunch of things that are amazing about this, but one of the things that he pointed out to me because I didn't really like realize how the first time I saw it, I didn't really understand the scale of it, but the size
Oh
of
yeah.
the coral in this are huge. Like I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever seen material with those size of these types of what is this type of coral? Do you know? Because I sure don't. I
I'm
know
not in
I
touch.
know it when I know it when I see it. I'm like, yeah, that stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like fireworks or flowers. The colors are awesome. Like I don't think I've ever seen one of these this color combination either. And then, of course,
Yeah.
the shape is beautiful. He picked a good shape to show a lot. Like he kind of had to do a big cab or a bigger, wider palette for something like this because just to appreciate the scope of those cells or whatever you'd call them, the little units of coral. It's great.
Right.
It's
Um,
beautiful.
I agree. Again, coming from the compositional standpoint, you've got the ochre to lemon yellow on the top and the
Hmm,
bottom,
hmm.
and then you have this fantastic banding of this ombre of like literally coral color,
Yeah,
into a like super gorgeous crimson.
buttery.
And
Yeah,
and so there's a lot of visual interest, but even if the flowers of the coral did not exist, it would be an interesting color combination. Like if you blur your
yeah,
eyes, that is
yeah.
working. And so, yeah, once again, I have to give you a standing ovation on. I'm not getting up, but like I would give you a stand. I might mess up my mic if I did, but no, seriously, this is really neat. And I also like the way that the color difference through the band actually brings out
Hmm.
a lot of the detail. So
It sure does.
the coral gets to be an like a very pleasant pattern in the
Hmm.
top part, but you get to like see the individual superstar aspects of the coral, when you get down to that, especially that lower right
Yeah,
hand part.
yeah. It's just it's pulling out the details when you
Yeah.
see when you have that red background behind the little bit of yellow that's still in those polyps, as I have been informed by the chat.
Polyps.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's it. Good. Yes.
It
We
looks
have
it
word.
looks fantastic. We have Word. We will use Word.
Word
Yeah, it's
good.
beautiful. It is. It's like art. Like you may not even understand why your eye is drawn to a specific part of the rock, but a lot of times it will be that. It'll be that there's something about it, maybe the color or whatever's going on that pulls those details out and makes them pop. And this is
Agree.
so well done.
And they're saying fireworks, so pop, totally like the
Oh, hey,
accurate
yeah.
word for it. And so we're gonna get this guy back up. And okay, so here is his profile shot. This is
Hmm, hmm.
one beefy mamma jamma.
Beefy is
Dude,
correct.
so beefy. Like this, you could
Yeah.
like eat sushi off of this cabochon, like just a platter.
It's a it's a plate. Yeah, it's a platter. There you go. It's yeah, it's big, but like it kind of has to be because of the size of the polyps
Yeah.
on there.
Right? Oh, let's use the word polyp as much as we possibly can. I want my money's worth out of this.
Right?
And and so, Caleb is showing some of his, planning here. So we see that he definitely had planned on a bottom
Oh
and
no, this was a piece he had. It was already written there.
oh, cool.
He
And so
actually he actually ended up using that as the top.
oh, that's hilarious.
Like if you just kind of turn it to the right, that's how he,
I just
you
did the
know.
head thing. Yeah, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I did it too. You can't see me, but I was definitely doing the head bob. Yeah,
Okay.
he used the bottom, quote unquote, as the top because he said the colors were better, and I didn't see the other side, but I'm gonna guess that he was absolutely right.
So this is such a really good point, is that
Yeah,
so many people like, just for the sake of like say it's more quality or expected if it's a uniform color. Like some people
yeah,
love turquoise that is just that turquoisey color with
blue.
no inclusion.
Yeah, it
It's just
so just depends.
sleeping
It's like cool.
beauty,
Yep.
yeah, give me that.
Hmm.
And then you've got the ones that are like the who by or number 9 or whatever, where it's just like, no, no, no. Give me all sorts
Yeah,
of crazy spider web inclusiony
yeah.
goodness.
It just so
So,
depends on. It depends on like because there's like certain cultures that will value like the purity of, like you said, like the really really blue stuff. Yeah, or it's just the individual person's taste.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he definitely picked the like that is just come on, gorgeous. It's just yeah, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
pretty
mean look
much
at it.
it. Yeah, come on.
Come on. Come on now.
Let's just stammer about it.
Yeah,
And so,
that works for me.
yeah, well, the stammer endlessly on its beauty. That's really quite fetching, and what a super high shine he got on that too. And so there's
Oh
nothing
yeah.
to not like. I'm just thinking
Mm-mm.
like for me, I'm thinking about wow, like that is a whole lot of some sort of precious metal to hold that bad boy into something. I'm just
The
thinking about
jeweler's
wow.
perspective.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna
And
that's
I'm
gonna be
thinking,
quite the crown.
yeah, I did a lot of thinking of like how would or like how would you compose, let's say, the necklace. I'm assuming this is going to be a necklace. That ain't anybody's ring.
Uh-huh.
But like I was just
I
trying to
know.
think like how would you like I was sitting in my head kind of trying to design how I would do it. And I've never done anything that big and it was giving me pause just thinking about it like I don't know what I would do.
I would
But
make
it
like
would be
a
fun.
statement necklace that just was, outrageous. It would be an art piece. You'd have to do like
Yeah.
a super cool art piece. And I mean, I could totally see directions for this piece, but what I'm thinking would be really, really neat would be something that was on a shorter order, like up towards like not quite a choker, but something up
Right. Yeah.
close and
Clavicle length ish.
yeah, and make it so that, the attachment to the necklace itself would be from either side and not from the top, and then
Yep.
and then continue on with something very broad and bold, maybe for a few inches, and then go into
And then
more
go to
like a
simple.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you would
I'm with you.
really you would fanfare that back and maybe using coral like red coral or something like that in
Oh, that would be awesome.
yeah, in two adjoining settings. So like it would be a three piece, like
Yeah.
the main piece in the center and then two side pieces and then back up into
Yep.
the
I'm
necklace part.
100% with you.
And yeah, it would be like a showstopper, like, it would be something
Oh
that
yeah.
you just love to rock, and you just be looking for excuses to go somewhere fancy so you could
Oh
rock
yeah.
your rock. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
that's
that.
the kind of thing where you don't pile the other jewelry on. You let that one be the
Yeah,
star
it
of the
would that would
show
be it.
with whatever you're
Heck
wearing,
yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Right, right. And
Oh,
actually,
it's so
Amber's got
pretty.
a nice idea. Like if it was going to go to somebody who was a gentleman that wanted to wear it, bolo would be nice.
Oh yeah, it would.
Yeah, and so that would definitely make a nice bolo.
Yeah.
And Rick is also saying that Kill Bill. Rick is saying that a statement bracelet, and actually, when we were just talking about the turquoise, that is something that you could think of. Those really big turquoise bracelets that are traditional. Something of that nature made
Yeah.
with this large piece of coral could also really work.
Yeah.
And Amber wears
Agreed.
bolo ties. Heck yeah, you do. I used to wear bolo ties to work. I was supposed to be wearing a regular tie. I was a server, and I was like, "Yeah, eat this. I'm going to wear a bolo tie every day." It's a tie.
Do your thing.
Yeah, with like jewelry.
Yeah.
Heck
If
yeah.
you have to wear a tie, bolo tie all the way.
It was at a southwestern place, so it worked. Um,
That definitely works.
yeah, yeah. So like, I don't know. I'm not good at following rules.
Oh,
um,
me neither.
that must be how come we're friends. Um,
Probably.
and so we've got thank you, Caleb, for just dazzling our eyes with that gorgeousness. And we're moving on over here to Bloom Rocks. Now I always say this wrong. Is it Petoskey? Petoskey?
Petoskey's how. Yeah, that's how I know it. I mean, I could be saying
Okay.
it wrong too.
No,
But
I
Petoskey.
usually say Petoskey, and so it's
Oh,
Petoskey, isn't
oh,
it?
I don't know.
Petoskey?
Like, who knows? I just If all you know it from, and this happens a lot, if you've just read something, you've never heard someone say it, and
Yeah.
then, but I mean, I've heard a lot of people say Petoskey, but I've also heard the way that you pronounce it. So
I think I'm
I'm not
pretty
gonna
sure
say you're wrong.
I got made fun of with the Podolsky.
Oh,
Podolsky. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
Petoskey.
Petoskey. And I guess there's like a town that is it's named
Right.
after whatever. Yeah. And
And
so
I think it's a person, so I'm not sure,
ah,
but
all right.
I
Yeah, it
think
does
I
sound like a
I
name
think
of
it's like a
somebody.
town named after a person. I don't know. I'm probably making that up.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a inebriated history going on. I think like let's just we'll write the
Not yet.
backstory for this
Not
stone
yet.
right
However,
now, right here.
yeah, I'll make it up. Yeah, he was really into rock hounding, and no.
Turtle Montana is like Karen's the only other person that I've ever heard say it the other way. Yeah, yeah. Probably. And
But
it
see,
does
look,
sound like a
your
Russian
brain
drink.
your
What
brain
was
did
that?
what it does. It looked at it. Your brain looked at it and decided that's what it was pronounced like. There's nothing. That's just what your brain decided. You just hadn't heard
Yeah.
some other regional ways it's pronounced by the people who live near there or something. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't give
That's
you crap about that.
yeah, and we are so on the other side of the entire country, like
Yeah, the
it might
entire
just be my
country.
accent.
Yeah,
It's my West Coast accent, you guys.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it
me
is.
too.
Yeah.
I'll start pronouncing it like you do because I got your back.
Thank you. Yes,
Petoskey. It's a
Petoskey.
Petoskey stone. And if you say it the other way, you're wrong.
At least if you're in California or Oregon.
Yes,
That's we're just making up these rules. Um, wait.
that you don't have to follow.
Ever. Right, because we can't. Um, that is so
Not
safe.
even
We are
once.
so safe in that world. And so anyways, we digressed somewhat fiercely on this.
Us?
We should actually somebody else should
Shocker.
be also part of this, just keeping track of like a tangentimeter.
Oh man.
See, I don't
Yeah,
even know how to say that.
we need a little counter, but then we get
Yeah,
distracted by that, so maybe
we do.
not.
Yeah, like watching it click up and we're like, "Hey, wait, no, no, no. I didn't just." All right. But
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
this is a beautiful cab. Would you like to say something about this cab?
I would. I've tried to work this stuff, and it's one of the only stones that's ended up on the naughty step, except
Ooh.
for obsidian, because it's very well. I mean, I don't know. Everything was going fine for me, and then I got to 2000, and chunks just started falling, or 3000, and chunks just started falling out of it. And I haven't touched it since. So anybody that finishes anything with this stuff, kudos. And it's beautiful.
It is. It really
And
is. Now, go ahead.
I believe this is this Jerry's. If, please, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this is Jerry's partner's cab. Yeah,
Somebody, yeah, that because I'm not entirely sure
yeah, Jerry.
myself.
I
I'm
could
not
be
sure
wrong, but I
what
think I'm
what Rich
right.
just said. And Mr. Turtle Montana now relinquishes his membership to my channel because he cringes about the Petoskey. I'm so sorry, man.
Petoskey's down.
The Petoskey's down.
He's lucky I don't
Honey,
have his phone number. If I had his phone
fluffy.
number, I'd call him and I'd leave a message that was a minute long, just pronouncing it that way.
When are we going to Petoskey, darling? Yeah. This this stone here is kind of like the last stone we saw, and yet in the monochrome we get to indulge in the delightful patterning that the Petoskey has going on. And did I say it
Is
correctly
that a
that way?
struggle, Karen?
It was
You,
like, did you
you could
see
do
the
it.
training wheels on my molars? Like, nah,
Yeah,
like it was like
I
just
felt it. I felt it.
you would. Um, so what I dig about this is kind of like black and white photography where, you throw the
Mhm.
contrast up and we start delighting in the fact that there's incredibly detailed webby goodness in these polyps that
Polyps.
are in this Petoskey stone.
Oh man,
Yeah,
it's a
it's
good
nice.
one.
I like it a lot. It's
Me
beautiful.
too.
Very nice.
It is
Oh, and
beautiful.
yeah, I'm supposed to
This
be.
is one of those situations where like I don't get mad at an oval at all because there's so much pattern going on,
Mhm,
and a
mhm.
simple shape helps it, in my opinion.
Absolutely. There's definitely, uh, even though I really wanna have an attitude about some of these shapes, um, it's kind of more that, let's see, like you said, if it's just giving it an arena in which to play in, then
Yes.
by all means, please, be indulgently playing in that. And so we have the rough stone here, and
Mhm.
that is a cloth full of, oh my gosh, are those albums in the background?
Yes, they are. Sherry has a legendary collection of music. I
Okay.
caught it in his live once and I was drooling. I was like, come on,
Wow.
man. It made me almost move my albums out from storage and into my lapidary tent, but there's just no room for it.
That
But
is
seeing his collection made me want to very badly. Look, oh, we're distracted? No way.
Oh, yeah, the tangential has has gone up. Here's the side profile to said cab, and so, definitely, and look
Ooh,
at how shiny
look
that
at
is.
that. That's impressive.
Ooh, let's see it again. That's a bigger
It's
cab
I
than I thought it
struggle
was.
I struggle getting a good polish on anything. Like, and I believe this is calcified. Yeah, most of them are.
Wow. Yeah, that's outstanding.
Yeah,
That's a mirror finish on what does not ever want to take one.
ever.
So,
In the twice I've tried to do anything with calcite, including the cab I made for this
y
challenge. I was like,
y
yeah, okay. I did not get a perfect polish. I don't know how yet.
yeah, yeah, I've gotten some decent detail on those, and yet I wouldn't call what I've done yet anywhere close to as shiny as all that, so I'm really
That's
impressed with
impressive.
that. Good job.
That was her first cab. That should be highlighted here. That's her first cab.
No way. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's right, I think I read something about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
She put it in the description.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
very impressed.
Wow. Congratulations on your first cab, holy buckets, because for one thing, they're not allowed to be that even. Like, uh,
Uh-uh.
yeah, that's incredible. Fantastic.
Agreed.
Wow. Yeah, everybody is tripping on that. Excellent job. Everybody definitely trip out. And it looks like we have do we have
Sherry.
I thought I saw somebody talking to squirrel, and yet I don't know if I saw squirrel, so perhaps
I don't
not.
know.
Sorry, I was saying hello
I've
to
only
people
have
that are there. Go ahead.
I don't I'm trying to look at the comments, but I just get I mean, come on, there's pretty rocks on the screen.
Yeah, yeah, and we also have, like, the counter tangents such as Amber saying, "I have a rather impressive collection of vinyl too, older stuff, 60s, 70s, and 80s." Meh, yeah, that definitely I really, 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 really like rocks, and then I also have a bit of a vinyl affliction, so, yeah.
Same,
Oh.
same.
Okay. And so, all tangents aside, we have the Wisconsin rock stalker coprolite. We're gonna get a better look at this, but already I'm enjoying the celestial show that is this cabochon. What do you say, the ma?
I say it looks like crap. You see what I
Right?
did there, right? It's
I see
it's
what.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Uh,
Beautiful shine. Yet another great example of when you're using something that's got a lot going on in it that a really simple shape really shows it off. It's
yes,
beautiful.
right? Yeah,
That thing
like
looks domed to perfection.
stop being mad at cabs that are ovals kind of night tonight.
Yeah. I mean,
Just
I'm guilty of it myself. While at the same time, I literally wear an oval ring on my finger every day. So, yeah.
ah, yeah, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you made it, Karen. You made it. So,
You made it. You made it.
well, I made the cab. You're right. I made that oval. You're right. But yeah, this is beautiful. Look at, I mean, I can't, I don't even know how high the dome is on this thing, but the shine makes it look like it's an inch thick.
Right? It totally like upset the camera trying to even take a picture of it. It was so shiny. And I love this. The squirrel was about the distraction, which
And
like
look, it
makes it
distracted us.
the squirrel inception. Yeah. Like we went down the total.
That's
Oh my gosh.
hilarious.
Yeah, redundant rabbit hole. I love it. That's so great. We are on point. So, um,
Always.
uh, tell us more about this beautiful coprolite while I go fetch the other pictures about this
Oh, oh,
beautiful cab. Say
okay.
something
Well,
interesting.
all right. Well, it's a fossilized poo.
Oh no, not
It's
that one. No,
That's the
stop.
wrong video.
Wait, there we go.
I do wonder, I do wonder if, oh yeah, it is actually a really high dome. That's nice. That's beautiful. I don't know what kind of poo it is. I don't know if Jerry knows what kind of poo it is. Maybe he could tell us if he
We
does.
would love to know.
I,
There's some
I
poo.
apologize if he wrote it in the description.
I don't
I
think I
was just
caught it in
distracted.
the yeah, I
I
didn't.
still don't get how anybody would look at that and go, "Oh, look,
Of
fossilized poo." I
of
don't get it
course it's
yet, but
poo. Yeah,
we'll get
what's
there.
the I wanna know also. Like, if somebody in the
Yeah.
chat can let us know what the,
Well,
yeah, decide well, that does kinda look
I mean, that kind of looks like it,
yeah,
but
so much stuff
I
in
feel like
nature
that's
does look like poo.
I feel like that is more of a coincidence because I've seen stuff that people have where you'd never be able to tell. And actually, like when I was barely just starting to hang out in this community, I was watching one of your lives and I asked in the chat, "How do you know it's poo?" And you actually answered really well. Now, I couldn't tell you what you said, but you did a great job. Because
Wow.
I felt like I understood what was going on a lot better after I asked the question than before I asked the question. So at some point you knew, maybe it fell out of your brain. It fell out of my brain,
Uh-huh.
but fantastic, Cab. It's great.
Yeah,
And if you get
I
to
will.
say you polished a turd, like you're already winning, right?
Yeah, we still have the movie to go yet, and, I would love to know what I said, and plus, also, the, the I think that the coprolite, one of the clues is that you are in a vicinity in which, you're expecting
Right,
to find it, and so there's that part
right.
of it, but,
That would help.
yeah, but I think that there's also, if you have like a loop or something like that that you can find out there's distinguishing factors and that sort of thing. And so
Yeah. You said
um
something like that
I
back
must have
back
said
then.
something yeah,
It was brilliant. It was brilliant,
like
Karen.
there was some coprolite steamingly fresh on my mind, and therefore, I was able to talk
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Well, you had
And
it in, you had been looking at it, and I believe we might have been looking at it under the microscope, and
yeah,
yeah, you had it fresh
must have been
on your mind
the scope, and
at the time.
yeah. Yeah. All right. And so, we've got a movie. Here we go.
Look at it's so nice and juicy.
I like how everybody has a tumbler in the background.
I
Like,
sure don't.
most of
How
the
can you
movie
see that?
trailers we've heard.
How do you know this? Can you hear it or something?
Yeah, yeah, there's that repeated tumbling sound in the background, unless they've got, like, their
Oh, I
drivers
don't.
on.
I can't hear anything from the video, so
Ah, gotcha.
that's a Karen only experience that's going on there.
Oh, wow, you mean, like, my microphone and headset are working? Um,
Yes,
yeah.
they are.
I am dying to look at like, this cab would be so much fun to look at underneath the microscope. Don't you just
Yes.
wonder, like, what little bits and whatnot are in there?
Yeah. Yes.
Is that
Weirdly, but
weird?
yes.
Is that
It
weird
it
to wonder
I
about?
don't know. It ties us to the past. It's cool.
It is cool.
It's yeah, and it's a beautiful cab. And it's like it's I love that I don't do high domes a lot, and so I appreciate them when I see them because yeah, it looks so good. It looks so big and fat and juicy.
Seriously. And so imagine being a brilliant dinosaur and realizing thousands of years in the future, you're being remembered by your own droppings. I know.
Yeah.
The dinosaur was a PhD, and all that we remember is their poop. Yeah, that's a
Oh,
hard
there's a
number 2.
squirrel.
And
Ah,
yeah, we called the squirrel. It was a squirrel
he's been
inception.
conjured. We've
I love it.
conjured him.
So great. Thank you for coming. And I guess red is common in poop. Ooh.
Ooh, that doesn't sound
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah, it doesn't. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
you might need to see your doctor there, Jerry.
Yeah. And it does look like a poopy
Poopy
Jasper.
Jasper.
Oh, Margaret.
Heyo.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, you totally did. This is great. I love that we can have a scientific conversation about poo. Yeah.
Right?
That's
Or
that's
not so
okay.
scientific as it will be with me in the room.
Yes, yes, we're doing great. And so, let's get this bad boy up here. Let's see if I can. Whoa, nope, yep,
Oop.
nope,
See? Keep them on their
y-
toes, Karen. Just keep them
yep,
on their toes.
yeah. Oh, hey, whoa, whoa, stop, stop. Can't do that yet. Giving away all the
We're not
secrets.
there yet.
I know. Let's go ahead. Back to the poo. Back to the
Come on,
poo.
poo.
Let's
There's
see
the
if
poo.
I can get it to
In all its
stop.
glory.
All
Okay,
right.
there we go.
We got Nomad Kai here, and this whoa! Oh my
Oh,
gosh, why? Why does it do this to me? Let's go back. Let's go back. All right. Now, let's see if it
okay.
stopped. I think it's supposed to have stopped.
It seems to have. Well done.
Every time I make a mistake, y'all have to drink. Um, so
Uh-oh.
Nomad
The
Kai.
sloppy ma is a coming.
um,
Uh,
Nomad Kai
ooh,
has
that's
made this
beautiful.
brilliant square cabochon, and
Hmm.
this came from a piece of petrified wood that he did get from the Rice Museum, which is over here in Oregon, in the near the Portland area. And so they have a bunch of like really neat, like old stock and interesting stuff that they get, and then they go ahead and release back into the public, both by
That's so
gift and
cool.
also, yeah, by like events where you can go to rock sales there and that sort of thing. And so this is supposed to be petrified juniper wood. Oh my gosh. If you saw this, would you guess
Wow.
petrified juniper wood? Would you? Would you? Would you?
No. I mean, this cell structure, I would make me go, bone? I don't know. But see, I'm not great at that. I'm still learning all that stuff. I think
Yeah.
it's awesome though. I like the little
Yeah.
picture that it created, and the little square acts as the frame.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Would you know
Yeah.
this is juniper wood, Karen?
No, no, I wouldn't. And you know,
What would
that's
you have thought?
one of my absolute, you know, favorite things as far as a uh kind of side rock hack like obsession is uh petrified wood identification, and this would have
Right.
stumped. And I didn't mean that at all as a pun, but yeah, I would have totally been stumped by
Heyo.
Ew, I really didn't,
I see
but
what you did there.
I went ahead and doubled down anyway. So the cellular structure on this is so, like, from the it seems like it has to be from the cross section, you know,
I'll
that
take your word for it.
yeah,
It's so confusing.
it looks more like dino bone, you know, cell
Yeah, that's what
structure,
I was
honest.
saying. It looked like bone to me. It reminds me actually like just the shape of the little cells in it because there's some petrified wood that Allison gave me recently where I made two cabs, one for each of us, and there was a section of it that had that kind of cell structure in it. And it was so confusing because it looked like if a dino bone and a pet wood had a little baby. And it's beautiful. But yeah, I just hadn't seen that kind of structure in Petwood
Yeah,
before. So yeah, it's neat. And he did
it
a
is.
great job framing it out. Like it's beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. And oh my gosh, it says that that's still on there. Goodness gracious. Okay, here we go. So here
Actually,
is the
oh,
slab. And so
okay.
again, like if I was looking at this slab, I can you can start seeing like
Yeah,
the parts of it
I
that give away, and then that is
recognizable bits.
yeah, towards the center. And so this very much does look like a heart cut, you know, like
Uh-huh.
the heart of the wood in that center area. Just phenomenal. I really, really like this because
Yeah,
you take something that's somewhat having gone to a fair number of gem shows in the past, there are certain materials that are like a bit pedestrian to some collectors, and
yeah.
petwood and agate actually get their, you know, like some people thumb their nose at that. And
Do they?
so oh yes. Yes, they do. Like it has to be something really
Is it
special. Go ahead.
right? I mean, there's a lot of pet wood in the world that is just kind of like, okay, yeah, there's a rock that looks like wood. So I get it that you could be like, about it, I guess. Like I still
Yeah.
appreciate that, but I could at least see how somebody would be bored by that aspect of it. But when you get stuff like this, where it's so different and interesting, like that, yeah, I mean, come on. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It didn't really improve it that much. Um Yeah, yeah, it's a looks it sounds like there's something in the background there. And so yeah, the fact that it's something absolutely what it is. It's petrified wood, but it doesn't look like
Right.
that.
It
I
does not.
really like that about it.
Yeah, me too. It's
Yeah,
unexpected.
it's very unexpected. And
And
so,
it
you
also
know,
just it
oh,
teaches me, it's one of those things where you just keep realizing how little you know, you know?
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I personally like that. It's
Oh,
just
for
like
sure.
there's still so much more to learn. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
that's
cool.
exactly the learning experience, and that's how you get a good mind blow going on as well.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, it's
that
nice to still be surprised by some pet wood, you know?
exactly, exactly. Totally welcome. And that's what I guess, you know, a lot of people are over is like, okay, it's another agate or it's another piece of
Yeah,
petrified wood. We've all seen that. You know, the people that have been in the gem industry forever. And
right.
so, you know, to dazzle with that material, you kind of have to work for it.
That's so
By
true.
Jove, I believe that that is what happened. Let's take you down. Let's put
Oh
you up.
yeah. I thought about using because I've got some of my favorite pet wood that's from 2 miles from my house, but I was like, oh, I just don't. even though it's special to me and it's beautiful, it just felt like everybody's seen what that looks like. But yeah, there's great examples here, and the next one coming up of like something you're not used to seeing in Petwood that'll blow your socks off. So yeah, well
Right.
done.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we have another one. Well, I'm not over
Hmm.
agate, Amber. That's what people have
Me
said to me.
neither.
Like,
No, no,
yeah.
I get what you're saying. There's definitely like there's the jaded agate people of the world.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing I will never be over agate like a few times over in the comments. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. I didn't say that.
No,
Like
no, she wasn't.
that's
This was not
what's
her
gonna
opinion, y'all.
no.
She was reporting an
Yeah.
opinion, not
Yeah,
having one.
I'm just a reporter. Um And so we've got an Oregon palm stone here, according to Kurt. And so
Yes.
what's interesting about this particular cab is that, I mean, it's not at all what you would expect. Like, I
No.
assume that he is talking about petrified wood palm, and
Hmm.
this is not what I would expect, like that kind of carbonized wood, ebonized wood,
Right.
the super duper rich darkness, and you do see
Right.
the pores, and so that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
And
This thing
the
blew me
fort,
away.
yeah,
It
yeah.
looks like an
Tell
artist
me
assembled
about,
it.
yes, tell me about how you feel about this one.
I love it because I mean, look, I mean, it's so haphazardly thrown together by nature and looks so cool. Like, what is even happening?
Yeah,
It really does look like someone painted it.
yeah, yeah, definitely. And
I really appreciate that he picked this. Like, it's just so, like, how could you not? Like, I think that he said that he wasn't even planning on entering the
yeah,
contest this month and then saw this material and was like, oh, well, I guess I have to because look at this
it's
thing.
on.
It's so neat. The
Yeah.
zones in it are so strangely well defined, but don't make
Mhm.
any sense to me. Like, I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really cool, and I would love to bring your attention, those of you gazing upon this particular gem, at the fortification lines. There's a bot hole in the upper, midsection there that is
Hmm.
white, and then you see a bunch of
Hmm.
little fort lines around that, and then if you like take that over to the right to the edge of the stone, there is like this wonderful Mediterranean swimming pool going on there that
Yeah.
is, all these like blue forts. And then you go down to the
Yeah.
bottom of the stone and you've got like you get to see the blue again. And then you also have those fort lines in like the browns, and like beige tones. Ah,
Yeah. This thing is
that's
bonkers.
yeah, that is
I love
super
it.
nice. And Jennifer Ship, good to see you. Mr. Chubby Hubby, good to see you as well. Some people are sneaking in here. We've got Scott Argyle, good to see you as well. And Ocean Waves and Clouds, yes, right? In fact,
I just got so distracted. I got
it
so
reminds
distracted by Jennifer's icon. Sorry. I'm like, ooh, look at that Montana agate. Sorry.
yeah. Enlarge, enlarge, enlarge. Yeah, you're gonna have to share pictures of that, Jennifer, if you
Please
haven't
do.
already on the Discord. But this reminds me a bit of like the if you guys are like, I'm going to say this wrong also, like Hakusai waves, like whatever that famous Japanese painting of the wave is.
Yes.
It kind of
Yep.
reminds
I
me
know
of
what you're
that.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
I can see
so
that.
so I'll bet you anything Turtle's like, okay, that was the last straw. I'm out. She said that wrong, and I'm just out of here. Forget about it.
Ooh,
But
Margaret. Margaret's got your back.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She spelled it out for you.
Oh, sweet. I need to get down the comments a little bit. Two waves coming up on the beach randomly to smack into each other. Heck yeah.
Yep.
Some some beautiful sneakers. And let me get down there. Yeah, Hakusai. Is it? I mean, that. See, I just don't know if
I would
that's
have
like
never
I
been able
say.
to. I know
Yeah.
exactly who you're talking about. I never in a million years would I, if my life depended on it, I wouldn't have been able to remember his name. So well done, you guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Margaret. Yeah, but sorry and domo if like I didn't say that right. But beautiful, beautiful cab here. And so I'm gonna fetch the more pictures of that.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering where in Oregon this comes from because I'm
You're like,
gonna
'cause
need.
I need to go
Yeah, I
there.
didn't go there. Like, how did I miss this on the
It'd be so funny if you sent this to him.
right? Wouldn't it? It's possible.
That's all I'm saying.
Karen, I got this from you. Oh,
Oh, she's
oh
a
my
Zen
gosh,
boy.
Jim Fry, thank you so much. Let me put that up. I just saw
Oh,
that. 10
oh,
Ozone
dang.
Fine Art memberships. I really appreciate you, Jim Fry, for that, and
Let
congratulations
me
to
take
those
my earphones out for a second while you do this. Go ahead.
Congratulations to those of you who just got the memberships. Welcome to the family. There's some fun stuff over on the membership side, and here we go. Yeah, baby. All right.
I gotta say, Karen, with the rope gone, it's
Yeah,
louder. Like it's even
yeah,
more vigorous than it
yeah,
was before.
yeah. I can give it a good beating this way,
You sure
and so
can.
thank you so much,
Thank you,
Jim.
Jim.
Again, really, really appreciate you, and all of that goes to Karen's fund to find this palm stone in Oregon. And so let's see, nothing about the big never-ending story beast flitting here, there,
Huh. I
absolutely,
feel like I'm missing something. Sure.
yes, yes.
Absolutely is correct.
Affirmative.
And great movie.
Absolutely, there you go. I got to see an amazing yep, Hakusai? Did I say Hakusai? Ha
Hakusai? Hakusai?
Hakusai. Hakusai.
There you
Print
go.
of that famous wave painting in Arizona once up close was pretty cool. Eric? Um, wow, was that at the,
Neat.
was that at the Phoenix Art Museum or the Heard Museum? Because I remember seeing a really fabulous Hakusai that was there, and I believe it was at the Phoenix Art Museum in their Japanese. Like they have a permanent exhibit of outstanding Japanese artwork there, and so that would be really crazy if we saw the same painting.
Yeah,
And
y'all might have put your eyeballs on the same painting there.
yeah, and Caleb's here. Good to see you, Caleb. We showed your cab
Hi,
already. We
traffic.
thought it was super duper awesome.
Super
Are
awesome.
you all loaded up and moving out, or are you already down the road? Um, and so let's see. I guess I'm at the helm. I should. That's what it looks like. It's so thin. It's
It's
so
so
thin.
thin.
Look at his fingernails. That's how come. Like if
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you're
he has
flat,
no fingernails because he made that cab.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm here to tell you.
If he had any nails before, that one erased them. Man, look at that thing.
Okay, here we have the oh, look at this fantastic look at the
Oh,
breccia. And so like this really feels like it was some bogwood, and I
this
have no
makes
way to
me,
tell.
the
Go
thing
ahead.
that's weird is like now that I'm seeing it not in its cab form, but in its little slabby form, it makes more sense to me now.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of don't like that because it's removed the mystery. Like I like where I was like, what is actually happening?
Gotcha.
That being said, man, that is such
Don't
a
hate.
pretty little
You
slabby. No,
cannot hate.
oh, I'm not hating.
Yeah,
It's
just
just,
don't.
yeah, it's like before I was like, what? Like my brain couldn't wrap around it. My brain wraps around it now. I get it now.
But like
I
in a
see what
hug
happened here.
type wraparound faction, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, nothing negative about this. Yeah.
And so here's the moving picture. Look at the
That's a
pores in
moving
that. That
picture.
is
Sorry. Look at it. It's so cool. He had
Yeah.
talked about a little bit when he wrote his description that he had a really hard time differentiating between the patterning in the wood and what is that a scratch? Oh, is that a scratch? And you
Yeah.
can totally see why. Like you'd be like, oh, look, there's this. Nope, that's just texture, thanks
That's
to the
probably
wood.
why it's so thin also, was that he was probably, like, trying to whittle
Yeah,
down scratches that weren't
he
there.
polished it to oblivion. He's like, get
Yeah.
these out. I've done that, man. I've ended up with some cabs so thin you can't use them because I thought there was something in there and then figured out it was like rutile
Oh,
or
yeah.
a crack in the back that was like reflecting up to the front, like whatever. I've had so many things like that
Uh,
where I've like you get into that zone and you're not looking at the composition of your piece anymore. You're just grinding to like, I'll get it, I'll get you out. And then it's super thin.
yeah,
You're
just
like,
half
what did I do?
grinding like a bulldozer.
What did I do to you?
It's so sad, I hate that. So
Yeah.
right next to the where the light is making a blaze, is a different pattern
Yeah.
that is the wood, that is the cellular structure of the wood that is, like, way more recognizable than
Defined.
just yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna run this one more time
Yeah.
to, like, kind of fix your attention to that little patch, and it's pretty cool how, like, oh, that looks like wood. The rest of it, you might even be cabbing it and wouldn't know what it was. And that one
Right.
little section looks like, okay, yeah, that looks like cellular structure from wood. And so I'm thinking that this wood was probably on its way to decomposing and, sort of
And
falling apart,
then,
and yeah,
yep,
yeah, and
I think you're right.
so yeah, that is so
I love it.
cool. Frozen
It's a
in
very, yeah, that's the thing that I love about a lot of rocks is that, and especially like you talk about people get sick of agates or whatever. I never will. Like, I love looking at them and see, you can be like, okay, there was high pressure, and then right here, the temperature went up and some quartz formed. Then, like, you can read it. You can look at it and read what happened to it. And you're like, oh,
Oh,
then
yeah.
an earthquake happened and it shifted because the water line moved. Like, man, rocks are freaking cool. They're just cool.
I think that that's part of what is so compelling is that they have a story to tell you. And
Yeah,
if your eyes can parse and if you can, put that story together, this narrative is interesting, and some of it is sleuthing and trying to crack a mystery and a code. And so it's wonderful when the stones reveal their secrets like that and tell you that story,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's like when
Very
we saw the bigger picture of the stone, you could see, okay, it's brecciated, and that yeah, so like that was happening, and then you could see that the agate came through later and kind of deposited where those voids were. So it's just really neat. I love it, and it's a
yes.
beautiful cab.
Outstanding cab. Yeah, I also am very attracted because those are very attractive colors to me. One
Oh
of
yeah.
my favorite pieces of all time was actually a piece of similar wood that was found here at the coast, which is like,
Hmm.
did I send that to him?
Maybe
Again,
that'd be so funny.
right? And it's like those iceberg blues and black. And oh, it's just
Yeah,
so powerful. And
it's like
Tara
your
is
icon
saying,
colors.
yes, it is. I like them. Yeah. So love that piece, Kurt. Voting is gonna be hard again. So much talent, says Tara. Absolutely. And Dub is here in the house. Good to see you too, Dub.
Happy
Thanks
birthday, Dub.
for being here. Yeah, happy birthday. And thanks for remembering. All right. And so there's that gorgeous thing. And dun dun dun. I tried to preview way too many times. Tell us a little something about this here, Ma.
Well, that is my cab. And I've always wanted to make a cab out of ammonite. And I tried, and it was like I decided because I've been working, like I said, on this other project, and I needed to like cleanse my brain. And I've made like 5 cabs that are fossils. I wasn't in love with any of them, but I was like, oh, these are cool. They'll do, whatever. But I've always wanted to make a cab like this. And so I finally did it. And I had to
Awesome.
do it when my husband wasn't looking because he kind of liked the fossil. Sat in there.
I get to see you tiptoeing around, yoink, like,
Yoink.
you're
I mean,
yeah,
it's mine. It's not his, but he did like it. But I can get him another similar one. And
sure.
it's great because I showed him this before I told him what I did, and he was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And I was like, "It's from the one that was in the windowsill." And he kind of gave me a dirty look, but I think he's gonna be okay.
Aw, poor mustn't.
He knows me. He knows nothing's safe.
Right, right. This is the thing is that you gotta know who you're doing business with, he agreed to the
Yeah,
situation.
he married me.
Right.
He knew what he was getting himself into. But yeah, I just wanted to, it's like I've seen cabs that are made from ammonite, obviously, but
Yeah.
I'd never seen one that wasn't just kind of like ground down completely. Like you can't really see it in this particular picture, but the middle of it is a little dish. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
love how it looks like there's a separate ammonite in the little dish. I love it. It turned out
Oh,
so much better than it did in my head, and that's rare. So I love it. It was like the last ditch. I'll just try with this one, and I ended up loving it more than anything else I'd made. So it was a no-brainer to enter it. And there's a
nice.
little bit of amylite action in there, as
There's
you can see.
totally Amylite in there. I love that part. So good. And, oh, look at that in the
Mm.
sunshine. What I like about this piece very much is that it does feel so sunshiny with the radiating the natural
Yeah, it
dazzling ra
reminded me of a sun once I
yeah,
started working it. It's like it was a little bit wider when I first, when I cut it and envisioned what I was going to do, it was a little bit wider on the right side. And once I started shaping it, I'm like, I have to center the little divot. I
oh,
have
heck
to.
yeah.
And
Yeah, good
and
choice.
so I had to go and cut off a little bit more. But yeah, it's like I had to center it. I just love how everything's radiating off of it. And I love how that one last little like tendrily suture is going down to the bottom there.
Right, that has an M in it, somebody pointed out.
Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah, nice.
Not mad
Su
at that.
No, that isn't M for mad.
And it
Um,
did get a crack, as you can see. It cracked, and I immediately super glued myself to that rock. We were attached.
were you really?
Oh yeah, like I had to once again hit the voice like text to type thing with my nose and ask my husband to come and detach. Like, babe,
Oh,
that
wow.
the acetone's on that shelf. Bring it over
Yeah.
here.
Like, a lapidary when the acetone is on the first aid shelf.
Oh yeah. I mean, and now I'm thinking about like, where can I keep this where I can reach it with my hands when they're stuck together and stuck to a rock?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and in, like, a
So,
squirt bottle that you can, like, clinch with your teeth type thing.
right, right. It was bad. He was just laughing at me as per usual. And it's like, I considered stopping because it's a pretty clear crack, but
Yeah.
I just needed to see what it looked like. I needed to see it through. So I finished it, and what it made me want to do is make more with the other ones I've got that don't have a crack in them. So look away if you're timid about watching beautiful ammonites get hacked into pieces, because I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
Sorry,
I
not
mean,
sorry.
Yeah, tell us if you have a problem with that. And you know what? This is exactly what I thought of. Lava bison. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah.
I was
Good
so
call,
all
Bison.
about yeah, like I was gonna say something about it feeling very Egyptian to me, and yeah, it is
I
definitely
hadn't even thought of that. That's
nailed
yeah.
it.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
So
I'm going to be adding because I'm extra and ridiculous, but I'm going to be adding a tiny little either an opal or an ammonite triplet,
an
a
opal.
tiny one, into the middle of that cab.
Wait, what? Come again?
I'm going to be adding. I'm going to be adding. I'm going to be adding a tiny cab to the middle of that cab, right? And there's a little spot that's perfect for like a 3 millimeter little
Mm.
bubble of something, and I'm
I
putting opal
go
in
for
there, or
do another one. Do another one for that
oh,
idea.
oh, I will. Like, because like I said, that one's got, it's got a crack in it. It's not, but I'm just saying, moving forward, that will be happening. I mocked it up with a
Yeah.
tiny cab. I know, I see your face, but I'll send you a picture and you'll be like, okay, I see what you mean.
No, 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 I get it that that would be super cool, but that one's really cool that way. Do another one with the good idea.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no,
Yeah,
no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
yeah.
Don't worry. That one's
Boy,
safe.
that's flipping awesome. And, she needs a hands-free acetone dispenser, right?
I
Man,
do.
we
I need
all
I need to install like I need to install misters in here that just spray acetone down when things go wrong.
Oh my gosh, no. I use acetone, and I'm sure you do too, like, to take stuff off of DOPs and whatnot, if you're using resin, you're using acetone too, and every now and again, like, I'll be working something off of a faceted gemstone, like, there'll be little itty bitty bits of the resin, like, stuck to the
Yeah,
pavilion or something, and so I'll be
yeah.
there like with my optivisor on and shaving it with an X-Acto knife, on the
Oh
pavilion,
yeah.
really close, and I'll start huffing the acetone, and I'm just like, "Whoa." Like, no, like
Yeah.
we
I
don't
think
need
because you're doing
this.
more it was obviously a joke. But yeah, I don't have to use it that often for stuff like that because you're doing micro things and you're doing things with things that are like a little bit more fragile as far as that stuff goes. When I'm dopping and stuff with it, I can pop it off with a razor blade, no problem. But yeah, when you're doing tiny little gorgeous facets, which, we'll be coming to, let's segue here. Yeah, you're gonna have a different method,
Man, well,
obviously.
I've tried to pop a few off and, like, only to have, the tip of the pavilion go with it type thing. Like, that is
Right.
happens. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I
it'll
that only
happen
has
here
to
all
happen once for you to never do it again.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
And is that why Karen is so perky? I don't know if huffing acetone would make a person perky. I think it's
It'd make them dead.
yeah, the other way. Like,
Yeah.
the same thing happens yeah, see, here, Resort Dog is right on. A CA can kill you with the fumes. Yeah, don't huff a
Work in a well
CA
ventilated area, folks.
or acetone, kids. Um, Another thing that you're doing when you're faceting is you're like you're swiping your gem on your lap, and then you look up at it and you swipe swipe swipe, look up, swipe swipe swipe. Each time on certain laps that you swipe, you have to swab it with alcohol, like
The
rubbing
stone, you mean?
alcohol. Swab the
Just
stone with alcohol, thank you,
right.
like just dangling partistonals, and 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 so
Oh
you got
man.
all this stuff in your hands, right? And you're trying to look at the
Hmm.
stone. And so yeah, a lot of the times you'll be checking out your stone, but you're holding the loop and the quill and the wad of the paper towel with the rubbing alcohol in it all at the same time. And so then you're huffing the
Right.
alcohol and like it's
Super
like you can't
healthy.
get yeah, you can't get away from it. Like I'll wonder like, wow, this stool is moving because you see I have stools in the studio and I sit
Is it?
next
Is it,
yeah,
Karen?
is it? Like, I'm like, wow, this is crazy right now. Like, dude, stop huffing your alcohol. Yeah, and it's just yeah, don't do that. Just don't.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And so we are all full of studio tips tonight. And so yeah, who won you guys? You have to go over to the Discord and vote. Can you tell them how to vote, Ma?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no?
I didn't hear anything you just said. I didn't,
Did I
I'm sorry. It cut
did I
out on my
garble?
end.
Okay. So
No, you didn't.
it's
It just cut out.
it's gonna be hard to choose a winner, but they are going to have to. And so therefore, how do they go about that over on the Discord, choosing the winner thing?
Well, Allison has provided a link for anybody who's not already there, hanging out with us already. But you go there, and then you scroll down to where you see the Cabochon competition and find May, and you're gonna go and look at all of the things that people have entered. If you want to say anything about it, you're gonna go into the May Cabochon challenge page, and you're gonna chat about it. And then I believe Monday night, right before midnight, the contest ends, and voting will begin the next day.
Right. And Jahik is gonna be putting up like a multiple choice that I guess you get to choose your top three. Is that what we're going to do
Yes.
this time?
Yeah, it's kind of cool because you can kind of do it. It's a tiered voting system. So you drag your favorite to the number one spot, you drag your second favorite to the number two spot, and then third as well. And that what it does is it assigns if it's your favorite, it gives it 3 points. Your second favorite gets 2 points. Your third favorite gets 1 point, and that way and then it all gets added up and we see who wins.
All right. And voting isn't quite open yet, right? Is
No,
asking
it'll be
Tara's
on.
Richard.
It'll Yeah, it'll be on Tuesday. There's still time to submit. And I'm sorry, I need to address Mr. Jeff. So I saw in chat earlier talking about, oh, I won't be able to make anything as cool as the stuff I'm seeing. Yes, you will. Try it. Go for it. Please just do it, Jeff. You're already so good. I want to see what you can create. So please don't anybody do that thing where they think it's not going to be good enough. Just participate. It'll be fun. We want to see what you can do. And I think that like if you don't win the first time, okay, you might win the next time. Or you might surprise yourself and win that very first one. Who knows? And I just want to see as many people participating as possible. It's so much fun, and it's more fun the more people are involved, in my opinion.
For sure. And I would like to remind everybody that the person who came up with this month's subject, which was
Hmm.
Ryan, had
Hmm.
cabbed his very first fire agate ever for the
Yeah, and he
winning
won.
competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yep.
you don't know. You don't
Right. And
know.
he was very surprised. He didn't expect that, he said. So it's like just try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Surprise
what
yourself,
there's
surprise
nothing to
all of us.
lose here.
Yeah. And
There's nothing
Lava
to lose
Bison is
here.
gonna
And we're
go ahead.
yeah. Nope, nope, you're good.
Lava Bison was going to get the submission in tonight, tomorrow for the participation badge. It is like it's just community. We all love seeing pretty things. You know that, and so
Exactly.
like if for no other reason, do the thing because you and all of us get to relish seeing the pretty
E-
thing. It's not about
Exactly.
winning.
Did you,
Yeah,
Karen, did you see what Lava Bison made when he saw my last month's cab?
yeah,
He got inspired and went and I thought he'd made a cab out of wood that looked like it. And I was like, oh, wow, that is so cool. He made it out of wood. That's amazing. And I'm like, how big is it? And the thing is like a club, like that he
Yeah.
could beat intruders with. It's so big. Like I was so impressed with that. I just
It
wanted to say that because man, that was cool.
Yeah, that looked like a Maori or a Polynesian, you know, piece of warfare, but
Right?
artfully done. So, so cool. Yeah,
I
that was
loved
beautiful.
he even died like he even because he achieved the look of that with stain, right? So he
Yeah.
stained the wood in different parts and used a little bit of resin, I think, to get like the gold tiger eye look or whatever. But he even made the back of it like my backing stone. Like,
Oh, that's so
I
cool.
was
Yeah,
so impressed.
fantastic.
Like it was so cool and it made my day. Like it made my day.
Yeah.
Well
And
done,
so
sir.
yeah, Lava Bison is saying, and we learn together with everybody participating and getting inspired by each other. What a bunch of nuts and corny chat stars. Exactly. It's so true. It's so true.
Yep.
It's a war club. Yeah. It even made him bleed his own blood. Oh no, I
Hey,
forgot to put that icon up. We are getting that, like I made the bleeding finger icon. You guys, we we have it. I can't believe I didn't get that up in time. All right. So
next
just know
week,
that
next
you
week.
yeah, you guys will you're gonna have that emoji. Well, I'm kind of hoping I want to rebate on doing a live. I know it's a holiday weekend, and so people have a lot going on this weekend, but I would love to fit in another live this weekend because I wasn't able to last weekend, and the reason why is because I literally lost a crown off of one of my teeth. And
Yeah.
it was kind of a bit of a nightmare, you guys. And so yeah,
Oh yeah.
it has been a tough week, and I was really, really not in the mood to like, go live and
No.
chat and stuff. It was not
Yeah,
good.
I read that room when I was chatting with you about it. I read the room. I'm like, this isn't happening this weekend. Like, Karen needs to just not have to worry about hosting anything or entertaining us. Like, just get better. Just get
Yeah,
better.
it was bad. It was bad. And so
That
it's
it,
all better now. Like happily I got the emergency dental work done and like they handled it on Thursday. But oh my gosh, that was yesterday. Yay! And there was great
yeah,
rejoicing. So
that's
everything's
weird. That
yeah.
feels way longer ago than yesterday, and
It
it didn't
does
even happen
feel
to my
so much
face.
longer. Yeah, it felt so much longer, you guys. And so, yeah, with all the stuff going on. And so, so we are going to have an emoji of bleeding that you can use for the next live. And hopefully, actually, that'll be sometime this weekend, maybe even Monday, because a lot of people have Monday off because of the holiday weekend. Maybe we have a
Right?
workers' jam or something like that. But I would
Oh
really,
yes,
really
please
like
do.
to yeah, I would like to make it up to you guys that I missed it last weekend. And so that is what I'm gonna try for. Let's hope every all the rest of my teeth stay in my head and we don't have anything
Yeah,
to worry about.
let's hope so.
Yeah.
I'll root for
And
that.
yeah. And so and of course, if we do the workers live, I would love for you to be on there, Ma. So
Okay.
not to put you on the spot,
I don't
but
think I've No,
would you
I
be
don't
into it?
think I've ever said no. I don't think I've ever said no to anybody. I think I'm the only person who's literally been on every single work live anyone's ever done. So,
Oh
yeah,
my
I'm
gosh,
there.
that's awesome. Yeah, sweet. All right. And I'm seeing other people's injuries go by, and a mosasaur
Oh
tooth would be
no.
great. Yeah. I always think that like instead of getting a normal tooth replaced, maybe I do need, like some sort of cool like desmostylus tooth or, a megalodon tooth like right in the front would be super
Right. You'd
cool.
have to do it in the front. In the back, it would just mess up your bite.
It would. Like actually I'm
Here.
still trying to get used to my bite because they took a little off of my tooth
It's
and so
slightly
like my
different.
bite's all weird. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh
If you're
no."
slightly wrong, yeah, I
Ah.
know those
Yeah.
feels.
Yeah. And so anyways, ooh, bone on bone, so they took it out. What did they take out? Your mosasaur tooth?
Oh,
Or
jeez.
yeah, that's terrible.
Oh,
Uh
oh, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no.
All right. So, we did it in under 2 hours, which actually
Look at that.
yeah, I said it was gonna go over 2. So we did good. And
Wow.
you don't go anywhere, everybody. We've got a little bit more gem gazing to go, but thank you, Ma, for coming on
Of
and
course.
hanging out. It's always such a pleasure to have you on, and
It's
like
always so fun.
so many colorful tangents. We could just go on. Like we should do a marathon sometime and just see how long. Just see how long we can
Oh,
go.
hell yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah, if you're game for
I've got
that, go ahead
issues.
and let us know in the chat or in the comments, and we'll
Or if
make
they're
it
like,
happen.
no, you're like, no, there's going to be some people like, no, no, Ma, for that long. No.
I don't think so. Oh, and
Aw.
Caleb said he went
Aw.
back and watched his segment. Right on. Yeah, that's cool. I mean,
That
it's
thing is
all for
beautiful.
real. Yep. Fabulous.
Yeah,
Everybody's a rock star. That's so true. That's so true.
absolutely.
All right. And so, anyways, thank you so much, Ma. And we will be seeing you soon, hopefully on the Makers Live sometime this weekend.
Yay.
Okay,
I'm
thank
down.
you.
Thanks so
All
much,
right.
Karen. It was a blast as always.
Cool. Cheers.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, we are full of rock stars over on the Discord. So, once again, if you want to go and hang out on the Discord, we'll put up a link for you. You are invited. It's a 48-hour link because it is a closed group, but only, so that we keep the bots out and stuff like that. But you are invited if you're watching. We really, really appreciate you. And what we've got set up for you now is definitely some more gem gazing. One of the things that I was working on over the course of the week was a ton of faceting. And so we've got this here that we're looking at right now. That was a broken piece of amethyst cabochon that uh, Kyle sent me from one of his live streams. And I was like, that would be a super cool place for me to start with working with some of the amethyst material. Because to be perfectly honest with you, I was put off a little bit by quartz on account that some of the quartz can be a little bit difficult. And in the faceting community, a lot of times people will complain about having to work with quartz. And so I was feeling a little bit tentative about working with it at all. And so you saw, like, we can even like take one more look. There is our broken cabochon. The lower right hand corner of this teardrop is broken, and it's got inner inclusions of some fracture points also. And so I was like, wow, am I going to be working on this and it's going to maybe come apart while I'm working on it? And so here you see it was dopped on the facetron, and I'm working out the triopic blast cut. And actually, you can see one of the inclusions right there in the middle of the frame. And then up towards the top of the tip of the piece, you can see something sticking off. That was what I was just talking about when I was saying that we have, they call it swerf, where it's the diamond paste that you use to polish or to pre-polish a stone. It comes off of the lap plate and you need to remove it constantly from the stone. And so you can even see some sticking right off the tip of that. And that's how come you have the alcohol, because you have to be constantly cleaning the stone of this swarf. And yeah, that's the actually, you can see it back there too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's like a big hunk of it right there. It's kind of gray in color. So, anyways, that's it coming along. And that is a picture of it going down onto my cerium oxide lap. And so, in theory, this should be the very last stage, the polishing stage. Usually with a stone, you shape it between 600 and 1200 mesh of a like a diamond, either electric plated or a centered lap. And then you move on to like a 3K perhaps. And I like to use a bat lap, which is an alloy. It's a tin alloy. And then you move on to either 14K or you move on to like either 50K or cerium. And this thing would not polish. It would absolutely not polish. And I was getting so frustrated. So I'm here on the cerium and it wasn't going. And so we were talking about how this community is so awesome for giving and receiving knowledge. How if you have a problem, there are people that you can reach out to, like on the Discord, or if you DM or however you get in touch with your people. And I was having such a hard time with this quartz. I had to hit up Theo, my shoulder devil, in Fascinating Crimes. And he was like, yeah, I don't have problems with quartz. I learned on quartz. And I'm like, I'm having one heck of a time with this amethyst. What do you suggest? And we were going back, we were comparing which laps we were using with each other. And this should work. Now, what was really interesting about it was that he talked about his lineup and that he uses metal laps mostly until he gets to a stage where he's using acrylic laps. And that's later on in the process. And that was like really the only difference, was that my bat lap, which is a tin alloy lap, and he's using a metal lap with diamonds encrusted on it. That was the only difference, I thought. And I kept on thinking about it over and over and over again. Why isn't my amethyst polishing? We're doing almost the exact same thing. What is the one thing or the something that is different going on between our two approaches? And I was just pounding my head about it, because that amethyst was about to go into the timeout zone, like no more. And I thought about it and I had an aha moment. When you use a diamond lap, and those of you who flat lap, and those of you who cab lap, if you're using a cabber, and those of you who facet, know that if you're using a diamond lap, you're using water. And oftentimes when you're using a bat lap or something like a copper lap, a tin lap, something like that, a lot of times you don't use water. You use a diamond paste or a slurry of diamond, and a lot of times that's oil based. And I was like, is it the water? Is it the water that is the problem here? And so I went back all the way from the cerium oxide. Whoa, come back. The cerium oxide to the beginning, and I added water to the bat lap at 3K, and all of a sudden this mirror shine starts to come, whereas it was doing something called an orange peel before that. And so, like, from talking to somebody else in the community, in this case it was Theo, and Theo is like such a vast amount of knowledge. It's really valuable to talk to Theo in this particular regard, that we were able to bust out the solution, add water. And so finally I was able to get a shine on the front part of the stone, or actually the bottom, that's the pavilion. And so I was able to put it on the transfer, and that's what the transfer looks like. And here we have, after the crown is cut, we finally achieve the amethyst. And I wanted to share with you the story for a couple of reasons. A, um, it almost seems like there's always a problem. And so having people around that can help you is awfully nice. And then secondly, I wanted to show you this particular stone because I was really using it as an experiment. And so I don't know how you guys are, but a lot of times I'll start with something that's like a lesser value stone, and then I'll move into my better stones once I feel like I have the capability, the skills in which to make a worthy attempt at polishing the good stuff as opposed to starting with the good stuff. And so I got this guy going, and then I was like, "You're holy crap, you're beautiful, even with all of the inclusions." And then I'm gonna try to stop it where you can see the little dots of the it's not acquiescing here. Oh, there we go. Like right in the center, like there's a very, very dark center of the triangle. And then if you go down just like mid stone there, you'll see a bunch of little black dots that like have a little line underneath them. That is iron inclusion. They're fascinating. The fact that like this thing had these inclusions was supposed to make it less valuable. And it all of a sudden became way more interesting to me. And so, it looks like is Boot here? Did I miss hey, Boot, good to see you. And let's see, we've got cerium relishes on friction to create heat for a good polish, water less resistance. Yes, and so what was going on was that we were getting orange peel from that. I use water with my cerium, but you go really slow and you use as little water as you can get away with. And and yes, Ma, I would love to hear some more about what you have going on as well. And I love, yes, this so much. There's so much to it. It's perfect in its imperfections. I couldn't believe it. How cool that it just turned out so much better than I thought. I thought it was just going to be kind of like an ugly duckling, and it turned out to be this one. And it sounds like Rick is on the way out. Thank you so much for hanging out. And so yeah, that turned out to be a happy story. And so and like Boot was just saying, you know, if you're talking to people such as Boot, then you guys can start bouncing against each other and figuring out, you know, okay, this is the problem. Slow down your speed, turn down your water, turn up your water speed. Like there's just so many different things to figure out what the stone wants to become beautiful. And then make a note. Remember how I was talking about this? I think last week and the week before, I was talking about keeping studio notes. And I brought copious notes to this particular occasion because I was like, okay, I will not remember this the next time that I approach a quartz. I probably will do enough stones, like say in between this batch of quartz and like after peridot and garnet and tourmaline and sunstones and whatever obsidian or whatever else I've got to polish these sapphires that are coming up. I will forget that the key is to do this or not do that. And so, yeah, that was like those were the morals of the story there. Um, and so I started to make this little video at for Ryan, who was intrigued about the process of transferring the stone on the DOP uh, from one DOP to another on the transfer station. And so I thought I would show you guys all how that's done. And so here I am cloaking it in a wet piece of paper towel. And that's going to keep the stone, in theory, cool. And I use heat when I'm undopping a stone that can take heat. I will not do this with opals. Opals get the acetone bath. But this is me just getting that wrapped up in the wet paper towel and then taking the one side of the DOP jig away. And now it's ready for some butane micro torch heat and a little bit of tapping. And it usually doesn't take very long. If it takes too long, you've done something wrong because you the you want that heat to be not very, you don't want to get everything hot. And so like if you have to heat it for too long, something else is going on. You need to rethink what's going on. And so that's a 2 millimeter dop, and this is actually a stone that is 6 millimeters. And I think we're going to see that next. Here we go. And there's Schiller in it. It's a sunstone. Some of y'all saw this over on the Discord. And that is the Arya Akhivan's Ruination cut. And it's my go-to. I was talking about on the Discord why this cut. Well, a standard round brilliant is something that is used a lot in jewelry. And so if you see a lot of faceted gems in jewelry, like engagement rings and stud earrings and all sorts of embellishments, if you see the little round jewels that are faceted, a lot of times that's your standard round brilliant. And actually the first probably almost 100 stones that I cut was in the standard round brilliant, just so that I could like literally cut my teeth and know how to cut a decent gemstone for use in jewelry. And then I discovered that is like, I love it. There's a reason why it's so well used and all over the place, is because it's a really fantastic cut to bring the most brightness and dazzling quality out of stones. To my eye, though, a tiny bit on the common side, only because there are so many of that cut out there. And so I decided for my designs, I would like to do a different round cut. And it didn't take me long to find this Arya Akhivan's beautiful uh, ruination cut, and that's what I love to use. And thank you, Ma. Actually, I am planning on doing something more of a nuts and bolts video for YouTube on the kind of back behind the scenes of how it's made, how the sausage is made on the faceting. So thank you. And let's see, I'm just really quickly catching up, and thank you guys as far as the beautifuls and all the oohs. I really appreciate that, you guys. Believe me, sometimes when you're alone in your studio, you don't hear that kind of feedback quite enough, because you're your own best critic. And so I really appreciate that feedback. Thank you. And we have you tried to facet any of that yellow labradorite yet? Actually, that is like literally right there, and it is ready to get dopped. And so I'm on, uh, I have a couple more of these tourmalines or rather sunstones to do. I have a couple of tourmalines that I have going on. One of them is absolutely like pool water, like that blue green, but really light. It's to die for. So a couple of tourmalines, and then I have the yellow labradorites as well. And I already cut that yellow apatite, and I love it so much. I'm gonna pursue some more of that. And excellent. Put up the Discord link again. Excellent. A little bit of a cold it is, but don't worry. Be one of us, and it'll be fun. I promise. There we go. Let me take that down. And yes, the Oregon sunstone is yellow labradorite as well. Or if we're just being honest, it's all feldspar. So, like you got to love what people call things. And perfectly. Okay. We are caught up. And so I also wanted to treat you to some microzone here. And so let me make that big. If you haven't seen what makes Oregon Sunstone special, then you're seeing it now. And Oregon Sunstone is gorgeous when it's just the yellow labradorite. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love the clarity. It's refractive ability is just incredibly beautiful. Like it's just such a bright and fantastic reflective stone. Um, but we are the only Oregon is the only place known to have the inclusion of copper in our feldspar, in our sunstone, to make this schiller. And so here are your copper platelets, and you can see up towards the top of this picture them shining like a copper penny. And then you can see the actual like body size and distribution and shapes down in the body of the stone, and how interestingly much they look like blood platelets actually. So they do call these platelets, and I just find it fascinating to get the close look at these. They're always stunning. So of course, once I finished this stone, the first thing that I had to do was to toss it underneath the microscope. Um, so we've got this here is another shot just so that you can kind of see what's going on with those platelets, and they come all the way up to the surface. Sometimes it just depends on how you cut the stone, like where it is, and sometimes that can make a certain couple of the facets difficult to facet, get a good polish on. And so you can only imagine, you're trying to polish these little platelets along with the material. And so here's another shot of these being super hot. And we're looking down through, like, as far as your depth of field goes, if we're getting the platelets, then you can only imagine like all these different striations of depth of field for these platelets. And so really, really interesting as far as their dimension goes, and it makes them into like very much a dazzling stone when there's a platelet group inclusion. Over to the right-hand side, you see some really cool ones. And oh, Mr. Turtle Montana, thank you so much. And we'll give you the bell. Why was the beach wet? Because the seaweed. Indeed, so much seaweed. Thank you so much, Mr. Turtle Montana. Very, very much appreciated. And yeah, everybody's like, bell, 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 come on. And so we've got here this one. I wanted to get you guys the close up here of there's these two strands. So you can see the platelets, a lot of times they're in striations, and you can only imagine that they're, laying down or creating as the lattice of the feldspar is being generated. And so we have these two lone swaths of platelets here uh, that occurred separately from the other. And this stone actually also has some silver platelets. And so if you can imagine your copper penny and all the different ways that it can age, so it can turn green, it can turn like different shades of pink, rust, purple. Like your copper just has so many different color potentials. There is an occurrence in the Oregon sunstone where the platelets will cause the entire stone to be blue, green, teal. They've even found a purple one. The purple and the blue are quite rare. You see a lot of teal and green. And then kind of like down at the bottom, I guess, of the stack, the pink and the reds are also very desirable, but you have some of the platelets will just turn silver. And so it's like this ghost schiller. And actually, I find that to be just as exciting. And so this one has some ghost chiller as well. And, I wish you could like the YouTube chat comments, I know, right? Um, and fascinated by faceting, indeed. I hope that you can get your Viver going, Ma, because it would be super cool to see you doing this as well. Um, and Eric the cat says, "You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You've just crossed into the microzone." Indeed. I need to do the intro, right? In the suit and everything with a swirly background. Thank you, Eric. That's great. Um, and I have Oregon Sunstone that I got from Kai, and I am saving it until I'm less likely to ruin it. Yeah, I get you. It's like I said before, that you have the there we go. You have the tendency to wanna, like, save the good stones until you are a little bit better so that you do them justice, and I get it. If you need extra sunstones, though, you kinda know where to go. I've got some extra for you if that's something that you need. And pardon me, uh, I just realized that the other camera that would be showing our big brown bag of goodies just decided to overheat. It does that sometimes when it's trying to be an extra camera, especially when it's not getting used. But I think that we are satiated with a lot of gem gazing, and we can go ahead and open said beautiful bag sometime during this weekend. I think would be super cool. And so, thank you for hanging out with the gem gazing and the faceting will be happening for at the very least the next week. You can see the faceting machine is definitely not uncovered. I've got a ton of faceting that I absolutely need to do, and so we're going to be seeing a bunch of cool cuts. Now, something that I am doing is I needed to get like a staple of some of the cuts that I always do done. I love the ruination and I love the triopic blast. That's the triangle that the amethyst was in. These cuts work well with my jewelry design. And so when I make collections, it makes sense to work with things that not only look nice with each other, they're part of a signature design, et cetera, and so forth. And so I love having a big gaggle of these things ready to go so that when I'm playing with the different possibilities that these puzzle pieces fit with my jewelry aesthetic, if you will. Uh, but that all being said, I'm super excited that I've got some new designs that are coming out. In fact, I'm working on an opal tonight that, this is an Oregon fire opal that is in a different shape. And it's a different design. And it's a design that I have not done before, although it is one of the Arya designs because I haven't met a design from him that I haven't liked yet. And so that's going to be really exciting to share with you guys. I'm excited to get it done. So I'll be working on that and some other new cuts so that I can delight your eyes with something that's different than the ruination or the triopic blast that you guys get to see from my shop so much. And I know that you guys are thank you, Scott. I know that you guys are kind of talking back and forth about the different faceting machine options. I know that Alleluia just posted about having finished a tourmaline on a 3 actually, um, that he felt really good about. He kind of it seems like he cracked the code on how to get like a decent jewel out of the Viver, and so he said that he was going to be making some videos to help those of you who have that machine hopefully be able to cut some better gems with it. And then also, I've been watching some of the channels, or rather pages over on Facebook, that are for faceting and faceting machines. And, there are some decent deals that come by. And so keep your eyes open. If you're interested in getting into it, I highly, highly recommend it. And if you can't get into it because you don't have a machine, see if your club has a machine, or see if there's a group in your area or somewhere close by that perhaps you are able to try a machine before you go ahead and buy, because you'll love it or you'll hate it. But some of us are absolutely addicted, and you can join us, and it's not a cult. Yeah. And so, Pixel Cut is actually one of the ones that I can't wait to do. So, Tara was asking right here. I have several requests for them, and so we will be working that into the my designing phase. Because you got your stone, just like you saw those beautiful cabs that we were looking at earlier tonight. You see the stones, and they're good unto themselves. They're pieces of artwork unto themselves oftentimes. And then you have to decide, okay, well, do they get set, and how would I set it if I did want to set it? I have like commissions for certain stones to be made and set. And so we got to get to work. And so we're going to be doing a lot of that this weekend and the weeks to come. Cheers and Stein Kerns to you. I hope that you have a very safe and fun Memorial Day weekend. I would like to also mention at this time, I almost forgot, I'm going to be running a Memorial Day weekend over on the website. The sale will start tomorrow. All the prices will be marked on the jewelry. Every single piece of jewelry over there will be discounted. This is a little fundraiser. We need to get another microphone, and there's some other tools and things that I really need for the shop. And so if you want to support and get yourself something nice, or if you've got somebody who just graduated or a birthday coming up or anything like that, then you can go ahead and use this sale as a jump off point. Hopefully I have something over there that you enjoy and like to look at. So cheers to you. Rock on. I love you guys. You're the very, very best folks on the internet. Let alone the rocks. You just are the best. And so I will see you hopefully again sometime this weekend. We'll roll the credits, and I'll chat with you soon. Cheers and Steinkerns. Be alive, everybody. Are you here? Am I here? And we can't hear me. Let's start over again. Are you here? Am I here? And we can't hear me. Let's start over again.